Welcome all. Today's Dashcam Diary of a Disabled. Before I take off, I wanted to show what I'm doing to prepare. So, I had to go to my storage unit and I've got no help to be able to go move things around. So, in order to try and prevent injury, I got my Corset back brace on. It goes all the way up the spine. So it gives me a little bit more stability, and it has the bone, like whalebone in through here to help keeps my ribs in place. So just wanted to show you all what it looks like for me getting ready before I head out on my dash cam, and I will continue from there. So, un momento. Alrighty, now I'm in my car. My gas light's on, so I can't be sitting in the driveway for too long, but the reason for today's outing is I need to go get my parents' old wedding photo restored. The color is not great. Almost all their wedding photos, or well, not almost, all of their wedding photos got destroyed. And they don't know what wedding colors were theirs. I mean, it was 50 years ago, almost. That's why we're throwing this 50th wedding anniversary for them, me and my brother and sister-in-law. Yeah, 50 years is a long time, I tell you. Hopefully my phone stays in place. Oh, let me get the address. Oh man, there's no way I can do that and be on the internet at the same time. I'm going to have to go inside. I don't want to start my video over again. So, I shall pause you, go look at the address, write it down, and then get it in my GPS so I don't miss a beat. I'll be right back. Alrighty, now we're off. I really wished I was more into editing, seriously. So, if any of you, my viewers that really like my content, if you know how to edit and do some good splicing videos and stuff, I would really appreciate some help or some tips or pointers of telling me where to go. It's not one of my special interests, and it's so hard with having ADHD. When you're not really into something, you're just not into it. And editing has always just been one of those repetitive, boring tasks to me that I just don't want to do it, period. I didn't do it in any of my homework. When I would write my stuff, I would edit as I go, because I get so flippin' bored so easy, and I hate repeating myself because of my childhood trauma of not being able to communicate effectively, and on top of that, my emotional dysregulation. It was not the best of combo, and it's just one of those things I really don't have an interest in doing. If I took more interest in it, I know I'd do amazing at it. I'd do amazing at everything I put my effort into. I'm really lazy. I'm lazy a lot because I want to just save my energy for all the fun things. Because I have very, very limited energy being disabled these days. So I really do try to save it for the things that I really want to do. And I had to take like a whole day off yesterday of just being lazy and doing nothing in bed all damn day. But I didn't even do that. It was between Friday or Saturday. I don't know. It was one of those days. I have a lot of brain fog right now. I just haven't wanted to do anything fun. I need to get gas. That's right. Get gas before I get too much further and get into my story. I gotta focus. I do need to hit up the Dollar Tree. I cannot wait for my Social Security disability check to drop. I am so broke as F. My gas light's on. Like, that $20 helped me get to my appointment and stuff last week. My check just cannot come soon enough. I've had to borrow all of the money I have stashed away for gas for my Vegas trip next month. Like, I took all the money I had for gas to do all this other running around. It is so hard to budget. It is so hard to budget with all these copays and out-of-pocket costs. I owe my chiropractor still, so like hundreds of dollars. I'm behind. But I'm not stressed about it as much. It's in the back of my mind, but man, I can't stress about money. I just gotta make sure I have gas to go to Vegas and get on my vacation. Pausing here. Oh, I'm so lucky I didn't bump the button. Oh, he just took my cash. Alright, I'm gonna pause you again. So hello again. Just got gas. Pleasant interaction. I couldn't quite fill my tank, but I needed money for this restoration of my photo, and there goes my last $100. So sad. I hate living paycheck to paycheck. I can't even pay myself first. I have so many bills due on Wednesday as well that are coming out of my next Social Security check. However, at least my VA's disability compensation, at least that covered like my medications and copays. I mean, not all of them. I still owe some copays. I still owe my chiropractor hundreds. It was maxed out my care credit because of Stormy. I mean, oh man, life happens. Thank goodness I had the credit to cover this stuff, but that's ridiculous. My credit score keeps dropping significantly every freaking month. I use Credit Karma. A lot of people scoff at those things, like other like hard inquiry places are like, that's just not for real. I mean, it gives a good gauge though. I mean, seriously, it gives a good gauge of where you're at. And I don't care if it's wrong or not. At least it gives me something to go off of. And I'm able to, try my best to keep my credit score up there. I had to file bankruptcy years ago, and it has been a hard hit on one of the credit bureaus, and the other one has been taken off of. I've been like waiting forever for that to go off. I mean, it was just life got really bad 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. I was in college. I was renting with my roommate. My roommate lost her income. I was covering both our incomes. I can't afford it on my own on a single income for a place. It's just not realistic. I've tried it. I tried it and it didn't work, and I filed bankruptcy because of it. I learned my lesson. I'm just going to live with my parents until I can find somebody that has a reliable income, 100% fixed. And then, hopefully our roommate situation will work out great in the future. But I also look at it on the bright side. I'm spending the last years of my parents' lives with them. It's nice to be doing things with my parents and enjoying activities and spending time with them. Otherwise, they're pretty lonely. When people get old, nobody visits them, and all they do is chronic pain, then the not wanting to give me MRIs, but I got the MRIs, and I'm so thankful I advocated for myself for so long. Like, even though the doctors treated me like crap, I dished it back at some point. I was like, look, you're going to give me what I flippin' need. I ended up changing VA systems, and I got what I needed. So, yeah, I knew what I needed to do. I wished I knew more about the other VA systems in all the other states, because they are so completely differently ran, depending on if the state's conservative versus liberal. I mean, the differences are huge in like healthcare costs and like the way the VA was ran. I mean, it was amazing, but seeing the differences between one side of the state to the other, and like, it blew my mind. Until the policy started changing for the one that I ended up with. I got to start making more phone calls this week. I got to get back on that. But right now, the height of my entire existence is I got to get this wedding stuff organized. I got onto this whole talk about old people, assisted living homes, and government stuff. Gosh, I get so sidetracked. Anyways, my main focus today is to get these invitations flipping done. I need to go back to Walmart. Once I figure out what the turnaround time for this, I need to get my parents' picture. I need to go to my storage unit after that to find my fancy camera so I can get pictures of them today. If not, it's just going to be through my phone. My phone's going to be decent enough. However, I wanted something good. I'm an artist. I'm a photographer. I've been taking pictures since I was 10 years old with 110 film, the long cameras, and then I graduated up to 35 mil. Not until forever ago, though. I mean, like, it took me forever to upgrade from 110. Like, I was on a 110 camera, film camera, waiting for them to come back after they're developed, because they didn't always have 1 hour photo. Sometimes it'd take like 3 to 10 days or something just for them to in-house get it all printed out, because of their black rooms, you know, and having so many submissions all the time when people film. In the 80s. 90s started turning things around for me with 35 millimeter film cameras. I also took in middle school photography class, and I learned how to take different perspectives, the shutter speeds, the ISO, black and white film. I developed all the film myself. I still have some of that stuff in my storage unit too. I hope to come across some of that stuff today, honestly. It's been kind of a pain in my butt to have to go to my storage unit, because I wanted to take the time to go through it and get some stuff out of it that I need to get. So I'm glad that it's a decent enough day. It's not really raining. So this is like, this is the day. I have to do this. I have to go to my storage unit. I've got to find my camera. I've got to find some of my old pictures, because I'm feeling nostalgic recently with some of my friends, and I want to dig some of them photos out and share them with my friends again. This has been a long time. I love socializing when the weather gets nice out. I love meeting up and doing things. It's great motivation to keep going. So anyway, going to my storage unit to try and find all that stuff. And I'm a photography nerd. I guess I could have maybe a little touch of OCD personality characteristics. I certainly believe somebody like my mom could have it. But I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose people. Take what I say with a grain of salt. I dove deep into mental health for a little while, trying to get all my diagnoses back in the day. Through college, I was studying all these medical journals because I had access with my university email address. So I took full advantage of that. I dove deep into peer review, research about my rare conditions, and all the things that are cutting edge and technology and stuff. I'm like, I think one of my Navy friends has it right about investing in some medical which thing I did yesterday caused it, because I did purposely eat some corn again, corn tortillas, because I had fajitas for dinner last night. And I'm just like, I cannot withstand not doing that. And then I woke up with really bad skin crawlies, like throat swelling, feeling. I don't think my face is swollen. I don't know. I haven't really looked at myself much today. No, it's not too swollen. It's been way worse in the last couple of weeks. So my flare is starting to go down a little bit. That's good news. Yeah, I'm just excited to be out and about, doing my thing after taking a full day off yesterday. Yesterday, I was wiped. I went out the night before to the Cherry Pop and Daddy's concert. And oh my, that was so fun. I danced a little bit on the dance floor. And then I went out with my friends afterwards. I haven't talked to some of them since the 90s. And I know the name, but I couldn't picture the face. And even when I saw his face, I'm like, I don't remember him. But I think it might be coming back to me now. And that's why it's imperative I start digging out my photos from back in high school, because I documented everything in high school. I have so many incriminating photos of so many of my friends. I want to give them to them. Be like, look, here you go, yo. Here's some photos. I can't wait to dig up my friends. When their punk band played my 16th birthday party. My friend, I've already been okay, so my gaming buddy I game with every single night. I met in high school and just recently reconnected through video games. Sorry, I'm messing with the camera. I'm on the highway now, and things are a little more unsteady. Hold on to this for a minute. So anyways, my friend that I game with every single night is gaming without me right now, mother trucker. One you'll hear that's on my gaming videos, if any of you ever sneak over and watch those. You see a whole different side of Chronically Happy watching my gaming videos, especially my zombies videos. My multiplayer videos, I don't talk much because I usually am doing that by myself. I'm pretty damn good. I mean, I have to brag. I do pretty damn good at my gaming. I think you should check me out. Go watch my gaming videos. You really get to hear my voice, how I game. I hope YouTube doesn't get mad at me for those, the way I talk in there, and my friend. So, oh, there he goes. I knew that was going to happen. Sorry. It's just unstable. I don't know how to get it more stable on this freaking highway. And they say Oregon has some of the best roads. Eat my shorts. I'd like to say something on the shorts, but yeah. Nickelodeon. Grew up watching that. So, that was a bit of a drive getting the photo looked at. 2:22. Oh my gosh, I've been seeing repetitive numbers. I woke up at 4:44 this morning. I looked at my clock at 4:44 today. Then I looked at it at 11:11, and now I'm looking at it at 2:22. Any of y'all believe in numerology and number stuff? I do. I have people looking out for me right now. So anyways, let me pause this a sec. I think I fixed this. It may or may not be. It's not lined up where I like it. Scooch over that little at 16 years old. We're like, what's up? This is the photos. So, it's going to be a blast from the past. I'll be looking at all those photos, picking out those in particular, so I can take pictures and send them via messenger to them. Be like, what's up? I'm trying to remember the girl now, though. I can't picture her. I knew a lot of people back in the day. I met so many people through other people, and our groups all intermingled. Like there's different, like there were about 1,000 people in my graduating class, and there was like 7 different high schools in my town of Salem that I grew up in. There were Salem South, Salem Sprague, McKay, McNary. Suburbia though, and Salem just doesn't have it has height restrictions. You can't build buildings taller than a certain height downtown, and so that has made it so it's like more urban sprawl outside of Salem. I mean, there's so many like little towns or surrounding it that there's like getting to be less and less agriculture, it seems like, because getting sold and partitioned up to build freaking apartment buildings and stuff. More affordable housing. No, apartments are like as much as a house rent basically right now. And then in order to move in, it's like $10,000 or something ridiculous, or $5,000, like $5,000 to move in. Like, geez, I don't have $5,000 sitting around just for deposits, first and last month's rent. WTF in this economy. If you're a single person, it's just better to live with your parents. There were jokes back in the day, you know, the 90s, 40 living with your parents. I'm like, you know what? 40 living with my parents is just more economical right now. And I get some good home cooked meals. And I've got their support. They've got mine. I help them with things around the house when I can. They help me with things when they can. Like, it's not a bad trade-off. I mean, all it was like, I wish they did have a basement though, so I could live in the basement. But you know, at least a basement with some kind of windows, because I don't like all darkness. I like the light. The light just doesn't like me because of all the medications I'm on. So, it's a beautiful day to be alive. I'm not in too much pain. I took some of my last meds this morning. And, gosh, besides my doctor appointments this week, I'm going to be in bed. Yeah, trying to detox. It's good to get my body off of everything anyways. Like, it's nice having a little pain manageable day. It's been so horrific lately. Like, I'm back to feeling my normal amount of, like, average amount of pain. I'm glad I'm out of the 8-9 range. I'm back down to like the 5-6 range. Like, I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be able to do what I need to do today after taking a full day of catching up on my spoons, because I had so much fun Friday night. And I ended up having 1 shot of Patron, and I'm like, wow, that did not settle on my stomach well at all. My stomach started cramping up. I'm like, oh, dang. So I cut my night short, went home from there, which I'm glad I did. It sounds like you got, there's quite a bit more drinking going I'm not a drinker anymore. I just don't drink. It put me in bed for a full day afterwards, basically. I went with my mom to the nursery and I spent some of my gas money for EDC on her because it's her birthday. I hate not. I'm a giving person. My ADHD impulse buys. Like, I'll do this for you, but now I just have to pay myself back out of this check instead. I borrowed $500 for myself that I have already spent now, and I haven't even gotten paid, and I don't even get much more over that. So I'm only going to have like $300 to live off of, or $200 for gas or whatever for the rest of the month. And groceries, snacks, whatever. I mean, I got bills to pay too. I got to at least make the minimum payment on those stinking cards. I wished I could pay one of them off. It'd be so easy just to pay off, but I didn't need the money for my gas. And I'm just paying the minimum until I get back from vacation, and then I'm paying those suckers off one by one. I know how to do it. I know how to manage my money and budget. It's just ridiculous right now with unforeseen credit card debt I've had to rack up. Making the minimum payments is a lot more than I want to be right now. That's for sure. But I'm trying to get my credit score back to where it needs to be. And before my bankruptcy, I had like almost perfect credit. It's just so unfortunate. Going to college made me a broke college student, and even with taking out financial aid, having my entire college paid for by the VA with vocational rehab, Chapter 31, which I highly recommend to any of my veterans subscribers or watchers that are watching this. Voc rehab was the best thing in the world. It's a hard process to get into, but you can get Voc rehab to pay for any kind of job, like a trade job even. They'll pay for tattoo school. Like if I wanted to go be a tattoo artist, they'd pay for that. Unfortunately, I can't do repetitive motions or like sit there for hours on end to do that kind of job. Man, would it be awesome though if I had that skill. But I wouldn't be able to use it. I wouldn't be able to use it at all. It's stupid because I'm disabled now. So it's what paid for my forestry degree, and thank you. I paid taxes for a long, long time, from the age of 15 until the age of 30. I paid into taxes. I feel like I'm finally getting paid back for it. Getting my Social Security and then my Voc rehab paid for. So thank you. Thank you. Your tax dollars did good towards a great education. And without my education of getting my forestry degree, I honestly would not have ever figured out all my diagnoses either. I wouldn't have learned how to research scientific journals and research medical research. I wouldn't have learned any of that. I wouldn't know what sources to trust. I would basically just be freaked out because I'd be dying of cancer all the time because of MedMD. I don't trust those websites. You don't trust .coms. It's .orgs and those kind of places that are more trustworthy. But it's more about the research and the clinical trials and understanding what groups of people they use to get their statistics from. Yeah. That brings me to one thing too. So, upon research, because the VA wasn't trying to help me get diagnosed for a long time, I had to basically figure it out on my own. I don't have time to tell this story. I'll tell it in another one, but stay tuned for that. It's a great story that will fire some people up about my veteran, what it took to get my veteran stuff taken care of. Stay tuned for that. I'm almost to my destination, so I got to be signing off and saying goodbye for now. I will tell that story. I have many more to tell. Love you all. Have a fantastic day. Keep smiling. Smiling is contagious. Life is beautiful. Life is short. Love life.
life. Peace out.